Well, you know that radio is about business. It's about you know, when money comes, we take the money. I hope there's so much money in this one because I just have a very special guest in the house today, and I'm going to allow Oni to intervene him for about 20 minutes, and then we'll be right back. We have some people that came in, and we don't know when they're leaving. If you catch a big fish, Kukuma hold the fish that time, come cook and well. So we'll just take some minutes interview, and then we'll be right back. Who's this?
Of course, it is Flo 94.9 FM. This is the Flow of Cotton State, and it happens to be the last Sunday in the month of May 2018. And this is a very big surprise. We have the online news media founder, SAHARA Reporters, Mr. Umuahia. So we're in the studio. Good evening to you.
Thank you for bringing me to your studio.
Wonderful.
Yes, it's great to be in Umuahia in Abia State, and we're here to take Nigeria back.
Yeah, exactly. We're coming to that. We're here to take Nigeria. You are here to take Nigeria back.
All of us, I'm sure all of us are thinking the same way.
Okay.
We're in the country and we said enough is enough.
Okay. Why are you in Abia State?
I came here to conscientize and mobilize and kind of interact with Nigerians, engage with them about the new direction that we plan for Nigeria through our movement, Take It Back, for 2019.
A new direction?
Yes. Nigeria has been on the wrong course for a long time, and it's gotten worse. And there's a consensus around the country that the country should, from next year, head in a different direction of progress and prosperity and peace as well. So we've been going around the country, and Umuahia happens to be the place we're at today, having a town hall meeting. We just had an amazing town hall meeting.
Okay, when? Today?
It just happened, and
okay.
We left the place, and we were told that we could come say hello to other Abians here through your amazing radio station, and that's why we're here.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, how do you intend to take back Nigeria in 2019?
It's through revolutionary politicking that we've never done before, which is...
When you say revolutionary, what do you mean?
We're not regular politicians, right? We're young people who are motivated by desire to change Nigeria. And when you use the word change, you have to be careful because they bastardize it. But in a way that it's never been done before, in the sense that we're not going through the natural order of politicking. So we are using what is referred to as disruption. We're disrupting the political space, and we are creating power centers, cells of young people who are then mobilizing others, who first to ensure that they have PVCs, and then who are telling them that there's a new leadership in town, who are encouraging others to rise up wherever they are, and that by next year we have an opportunity to vote out the old guards who have put Nigeria in the condition that it is today. And the old guys will be finally retired, will be able to control our destiny, our future, and our country. And Nigeria can become a country you can be proud of once again, because we want to seriously solve the problems that we're confronting this country. We have the capacity, we have the character, we have the integrity, and we have the intellect to take this country in the right direction. There's no reason why we should be voting for competent people, corrupt people, and mediocres to run a country that has 198 million people. A country that's not that large and is not that complex to govern, but you know, when they want to lie to you, they say Nigeria is complex to govern. What is complex about providing roads when there's money allocated for it? The complexity of providing roads and not be done is the thieves who take away the money. The complexity of not having hospitals are the people who are given contracts to provide drugs, who divert the money elsewhere to Dubai, US, and the UK. And I have been a journalist for 12 years of a different kind.
Yeah, we're coming to that.
Yes, and what I've done in the last 12 years is actually to follow the money, to find out where these monies are diverted. And I've done my work and found out that if we remove all of this crazy governance from our system, Nigeria will be such a great place to live in.
Mr. Omoyele Sowore, how old are you?
I'm 47 years old.
47.
That's right.
And you want to become the president of Nigeria.
Oh yeah, yes. I should have
Do you
done.
think it is going to be easy for you?
It's going to be easy if you and I and other people who have been disenfranchised, those whose life has been decimated, decide that enough is enough, and we take our destinies in our hands by voting the people who have done this to us out next year. It's a simple process.
Well, let's go straight to the media aspect of yourself, of your life.
Yes.
Your platform, SAHARA Reporters.
That's right.
Some people, so to say your platform is controversial. This doesn't bother you? It doesn't bother you?
It depends on what is controversial for.
They say you release, you publish false stories,
Let them tell
according
me
to them.
You should have done your research. Tell me one false story that we've done.
They say you publish false stories, according to them. That your platform is controversial. They say people pay you so that you can
Again,
paint some people black and blackmail them.
It boils down to evidence, right? I'm sitting in front of you. You're a journalist like me.
Yeah.
If you're interviewing me, do your research. Bring back evidence to show that Sowore ever blackmailed a single person, or that we ever did any story that was paid for, who paid for it, and money has trace, right? Even when you give money to somebody one by one, like Otedola did give to Farouk, there's evidence eventually of him putting the money inside. If you ever found Sowore in any of those compromising conditions, please bring it out.
Okay, I would like to ask you, these particular people that are the change people, correct me if I'm wrong, you were also instrumental in their coming in.
I wasn't.
Because I follow SAHARA Reporters a lot. It was my favorite, still my favorite.
It should be.
But I know it should be.
Yes.
But I know that you propagated them, you encouraged it. So what changed?
Okay. I have consistently propagated and encouraged justice and democracy my entire life. Who was the president of Nigeria before Buhari? You remember?
Goodluck Jonathan.
Do you know how Jonathan came to power? Anybody remember?
Please tell us.
Yes.
We want to know.
Jonathan came to power because Yar'Adua was sick. That was how he came to power in Nigeria. And Yar'Adua was so sick that they were lying about his condition. Right? SAHARA reporters single-handedly revealed persistently that Yar'Adua was brain dead and that he's not coming back to Nigeria. Even Jonathan himself did not know. And so you can also accuse me of being instrumental to bringing Jonathan to power, because we as SAHARA reporters did the job of ensuring Nigerians were enlightened. When your senators, your House of Rep members, your judges were all supporting the Yar'Adua cabal, SAHARA reporters took a different direction. What SAHARA reporters did in 2015 was to report election results, mostly, as they were happening instantaneously, so that the Jonathan or the PDP people could not rig the election. So, the same thing that SAHARA reporters did here in Abia State, right? You would have listened to us when a governor was found in a shrine in his underwear. We published it, but you did not listen to it. You voted for him. You have your state of your condition now to show for it. That's what we do, is to expose and amplify the voice of citizens.
How do you get these facts? How do you get them?
If I tell you, I'll be out of my job. But I'm looking for a new job now. But you know that these are hard facts, right? You agree with me that when you see something on SAHARA, this is not something you can.
Okay, so what you're trying to tell Nigerians, because they're listening to you, is that you are for justice and equity. When somebody is being trampled on, when somebody is being, you come in and you tell the truth. And if the person doesn't do the right thing, you still go on to say, look, you are not doing the right thing either, so I'm not going to be here.
For example, what I'll say to you is that SAHARA reporters never received a dime from APC. Yes. We don't even accept adverts. We never took adverts from them. Most of you in the mainstream media, I'm not talking about you work for somebody, probably took money from them, which is legitimate. You're doing your job. But as a policy, SAHARA reporters do not accept advert money from political parties, and we don't accept advert money from government agencies or government or any of these agencies. So everything we do because our conscience tells us that's what is right. But I'll take you back to when I was a student leader. I fought against the military when it was not even the reasonable thing to do, because the military was dangerous. They were killing people, they were detaining people. In this country, I spent 6 years in the university instead of 4 because I was expelled twice for political reasons under military rule. I was almost killed at the University of Lagos in 1994 because I was opposed to cultism on our campus at the University of Lagos. You can research this. After I left this country, I set up SAHARA Reporters. I fought against third term by Obasanjo. It's because of us. Obasanjo did not have a third term because we fought him to a standstill. Again, it's because of us that Jonathan became president, because we fought the Yar'Adua Kaaba to a standstill. And hopefully, because of you and me, Buhari will not come back to power next year because we are going to fight him to the end.
When you say because of you and your platform, Obasanjo did not go for third term, stopped his third term ambition, what do you mean? How did you achieve this?
Because the most powerful tool in the hands of our collective people in taking decisions is information.
Okay.
And when people get the right information, they understand that Obasanjo was bribing legislators, senators, and House of Rep members who were explaining how the bribery was going on, how much was involved, and who were distributing the money. We mentioned Andy Uba and all of that. Ask Kenu Namani, who is from the Southeast, he'll tell you the role we played. Kenu Namani is still alive today. He was the Senate president at that time. When he met me, first time after that period, he said, but for you, we wouldn't have been able to fight Obasanjo's third time the way we fought it, because you brought out the information that Nigerians needed to enlighten them on the need to defeat Obasanjo from becoming a Mugabe on us. Don't we have a better country for it today? Don't we have a better democracy for it today? That's what I mean.
You've been one of those challenging the present government.
I've challenged every government since I came into
Okay, let's focus on the president. I watched one of your interviews online on YouTube where you challenged a president, a serving minister here in Nigeria.
Serving Minister of Communication.
Of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You called him an analog minister with a digital brain.
Yes.
Are you not scared of all this?
No, I said he has an analog brain in a digital society.
Are you not scared of these people?
Why should you be scared of them? Are they not human beings like you?
They are humans.
We are the ones. They should be the ones who are scared
but they are in
of
government.
So what?
It's okay.
Yes.
Okay, so looking, going forward right now, what do you think we should do to ensure that, because you're talking about the youth, when you said me and you, you're talking about the young people. Now, what's the way forward right now?
The way forward is for us to unite, is to bond and join hands together. Forget about zoning, ethnicity, religion. I'm not afraid of anybody, even if you point a gun at me. And the kind of youth we need to lead us to the next level is the youth that wouldn't be afraid of a minister. It's not the first time I'm shutting down a minister. I did it in New York under Jonathan. I did it in New York also under Yar'Adua. I met with late Ojuma Doike when he came and was saying Yar'Adua is healthy, is coming back. I had to have a fight with him. All these things you can find on YouTube. So it's the reason I say to people that I'm an equal opportunity offender, right?
Would you say that the states are doing well?
No.
Why are you not talking about the states?
No,
because your focus is on...
You see, if I thought the states are doing well, I won't even go for president. I will go and pick a state that is doing well. Yes, and start to manage the states. But Nigeria is in such a bad state right now that only a president can fix Nigeria immediately. If I go to a state and one state is fixed, you still have 35 states to go and Federal Capital Territory. If I go to a state and it's fixed, you still have the African continent that is badly in need of a leader in Nigeria that is upright, that has capacity, has character, and is able to take Nigeria to the next level, and by extension, the continent of Africa, and uplift the dignity of the black race. So there's so much that is been expected from a president of Nigeria that we can't afford to allow people who don't know what they are doing to continue to be our president while we aspire to become.
Well, looking at you, it will actually be very nice to see you as a president.
Exactly.
Well, that's not an endorsement.
It is an endorsement.
Well, this is the last question we're going to ask you because the time
You're running out
is...
of time.
Yes.
I understand.
Can you just tell us, if you become the president of Nigeria today, and everything is possible, we all know that. What kind of changes do we expect?
Let's change the if to when I become Nigeria's president, you see changes will connect with Nigeria in 10 different areas immediately, and we will see immediate improvement in security, because we will overhaul the security agencies in this country such that the character that are supporting herdsmen, that are promoting Boko Haram, will be taken out. They will be eased out of the system. We will remove policemen who are guarding rich people and put them to guard ordinary people and protect them. We will provide electricity by injecting renewables, solar energy, to the level of 4,500 megawatts. We will turn this country into a construction site by providing infrastructure so that the road between here and Uyo will not take 20 years to complete. It will take maybe 3 months maximum. I can make it happen. We'll fight corruption like nobody has ever fought corruption before. That's what I do for a living, is fighting people without even the police. I'll become the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. I don't need to tell you what will happen next. A lot of people will just stop stealing or they ship out of Nigeria. The economy of Nigeria will work for the people of Nigeria. I can't break it down because there's no time. We'll restructure this country, but it will be a restructuring for the future for young people, not old people telling us how they want to restructure us. When, as a matter of fact, the only thing we owe them is befitting burial, not restructuring. We would put health as a priority, education as a priority, agriculture. We want to grow, the yam that we come and do New Yam Festival here. It will be real yam, not yam that was brought from Congo or Togo to come and do New Yam Festival. We'll grow rice locally, not import rice and package it and call it Anambra rice or Anambra vegetable, whatever they do with the scam that they do. And there will be tourism, and technology will be the fulcrum of all of this.
Okay, I can actually see you have it all figured out. Now, that's a question I missed here. Nigeria, the political system is functioning on equity. Everywhere you go, they say equity. These people feel marginalized. These people will have to rule this. Do you think
that's zoning?
The zoning, exactly. Thank you. Do you think that zoning is on your side?
No, zoning. Nobody, as they say, zoning is a lazy man argument for capturing power. Even if it's zoning, we have now created another zone. Our new geopolitical zone is known as Zone 7.
Oh.
It's our turn. That's the zone of the disenfranchised, the unemployed, the abused, the decimated, the discredited, and the abandoned. So it's our turn. So if it is zoning, we know how to confront them with Zone 7.
All right, it's been a wonderful one, and it's been an interesting interaction with the media personality and presidential hopeful, Mr. Omoyele Sowore, the 47-year-old man who is aspiring to become the president of Nigeria come 2019.
And the man in charge of Zone 7.
Zone 7. And he is also the founder of the online news medium SAHARA Reporters. Thank you very much for your time.